Welcome to LT Outdoors. The sun is coming up, the fiber's going down. Fish are all a-biting and jumping all around. Let's hook up the boat, come on, let's go. It's time for LT Outdoors. I'm talking LT Outdoors. You never know where the adventures might go. Could be hunting, fishing, or metal detecting. Might even do a little foraging too. I'm talking LT Outdoors. I hope you enjoy the show. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of LT Outdoors. In this episode I'm actually going to show you how I make my harnesses. These are the tip-up harnesses that you see me use all the time. I really do great on these harnesses. They work for just about anything, especially perch, pike, walleye. You see me get crappie on them. Pretty much anything will bite them, but I tie them up mostly for perch, pike, and walleye. But like I said, it's great. Just about anything will bite them. That extra little flash in the water really does make a difference, and as you've seen, I've had so many more hits on that than just a regular tip-up with a regular rig. So I'm going to show you guys how I make this. Hopefully it'll help you guys make your own here so you guys can get on some. If you don't want to make your own though, I sell them too. So $2 a piece I sell them. You can contact me at LToutdoors15@yahoo.com and I can hook you up with some. Before you start tying up your spinners, there's just a few things that you have to have. Nothing major, and they're all pretty cheap. You can buy all these from, actually my buddy has a website, Jan's catalog. I'll post a link at the end of this, but he sells all this stuff at a really good price. But you can buy your beads, any color you want. It doesn't really matter. I've just got a mix here. But you're going to need beads. You're going to need a spinner blade. I like these chrome ones. I've got all different colors, but chrome's always a good go-to. I like these little octopus hooks because honestly, you know, you might look at that and say, oh, that's too small for like a big fish or something, but it's really not. A big pike, you put that through the back of a walleye minnow or something, and a big pike swallows that. That's the thing. He ain't going to realize it's even there. He's going to swallow it. It's going to be too late. Same thing, big perch swallow it. You've seen me catch crappies on them and everything. Walleye. This is what you call a clevis. This is a big part of the system. You got to have a clevis for your blade. Same thing, you can buy that through Jan's. And fish line. I've got, you know, like 2 feet of fish line right here. But that's all there is, guys. You just need beads, blade, a hook, clevis, and fish line. That's all you need to make yourself a harness. But I'm going to start things off here. This is the fish line. Okay, this is just 10-pound test. Nothing fancy. I'm going to show you the knot that I use here. This is how I make my loop knot that you hook up to your swivel. What you do is you just kind of fold it over, pinch it. Now I slide my finger up the line just so I've got 2 pieces here, okay? Then I twist it around. Basically all you're doing is tying a regular knot with this, okay? And then I put the tip of the loop back through the knot, and then I tighten it just like that. That's all there is to it. That's how you make your loop knot. Now you can trim your tail off here if you want. I don't worry about that too much because it's not the tail that's near the hook, so it's not that big a deal. But yeah, that's your knot right there. I'll do it again if anybody needs to see it slower. Alright, next step. I like to take one little bead just as it's kind of like my leader bead. That way my clevis doesn't slide off. But I just take my bead. Now the beads have holes in them. So you just put your fish line through the hole and let her slide down. She's going to slide down to that loop knot. After you put your first bead on, that's when I put this is the clevis. I showed it in the beginning there. It's tiny. Now your clevis goes through the hole in your spinner blade, just like that. Now this is what allows your spinner to spin freely. Now you want that to be upside down so that it's spinning the right way, and you put your line through both of the pieces of that clevis, just like that. See, that's what allows your spinner to be able to spin. Otherwise, without that, your spinner would just, sit there. It wouldn't spin. All right, now that the spinner's on there, you can let her drop down to your loop knot. Okay, then I usually just put a total of 4 beads, 4 regular beads to back up behind my spinner. Honestly, I don't even care anymore about the color. I just like to have some bright beads. So, I actually like to mix up my colors. It's weird. I used to be one of those guys that would try to keep them all the same and, just have one color of beads, or like you would at the store when you buy them. But anymore, I actually just mix them up. And as you've seen, it doesn't hurt at all. I think it helps to have all that extra color on there. Yep, get your 4 beads on to back it up. Now, it all depends on the size of the spinner, of your blade, I should say. As you can see, this is kind of a small blade, so I'm able to use just the 4 beads. Now, if I were to use, let's say, a bigger blade, I'll show you right here. Let's say I'm tying one up just strictly for pike. If I want a big harness with a big blade, I'll show you the size difference here. Major size difference. All right, now for a blade like this, you're going to have to add more beads. You don't want your blade to slide down to your hook and be able to touch your hook. The beads are kind of your backer to hold it. They basically hold your blade away from your hook. So you're going to have to make up for, however much distance you got to make to keep your blade away from your hook. So for a blade that size, I would probably add another 4 beads, and then it would be perfect for a bigger blade. But for these little blades, I like to use little blades, and for that, 4 beads is plenty. Okay, now after you get your beads on there, then it's just up to tying the hook and you're done. That's it. I do put one last bead, and usually it's a weighted bead. I actually ran out of them yesterday, so I will probably slap a split shot on here before I actually use it, just to kind of hold the minnow in place. But what I do with this last bead, okay, I like to do this just to keep my beads and stuff away from the hook, because I have found that does get you more bites. With the last bead, I put it on just the same as the others, only I'll slide it up, 6 to 8 inches. Then I put the line back through it again, and then back through it again. I put my line through it twice, just like that, because then you've basically tied that bead on there, so it's not going to move. What's cool about that is it keeps your blade and your beads away from the hook. Yeah, and I've actually found that helps. I've gotten more bites that way, because sometimes, the fish will actually come in and they might like that blade too much, and they'll come up and bite the blade. You don't want that. They get to chase that blade, they're gone. So keeping a little distance between the blade and the bait, the fish will see the blade, but then they kind of, when the blade and the bait are separated, it kind of gives them something different to look at rather than one big thing. So the fish, they'll come in for the blade, but then they see the bait, and usually they come up and grab it. But now I tie the hook on. Now for this is a knot that I tie for everything, okay? Put your line through the hole in your hook, just like that, okay? And then I pinch it with my fingers. Usually I can twist. It's not working so good today, so I'm going to twist the hook myself. Twist it about 8 times. That's more than enough. And I can do this really fast, trust me, it's a quick knot. Now I take the the tag of this line and I stick it through that loop down by the hook. Grab the tag end, just like that. Oop, I fell out of my fingers. See, my fingers are too slick today. Grab that tag end and just pull her tight. And as you can see, it'll all cinch together. And I'll tell you that knot, it ain't going anywhere. I tie this same knot on everything. Now, normally I pay a little more attention to my tag. I make sure it's not that big when I tie the knot. But today I'm just messing around, so I'll clip it. But that's it right there, folks. That is all there is to it. As you can see, that is a very well done tip-up harness. Your minnow is going to be down there on that hook. He's going to be kicking around. That blade is going to be going nuts, flashing, especially in clear water. They can't resist it. They come up, they see the blade, then they see the minnow, boom, it's done. You've got yourself a fish. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys want to see anything else regarding this, or if you want me to slow it down just a tad, let me know. I hope you guys are enjoying everything I'm doing. I'm going to try and do little how-to videos, hopefully daily. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and share. LT Outdoors is brought to you by Widowmaker Lures, quality tungsten jigs, Cowboy Coffee Chew, a cup in a pinch, Northland Fishing Tackle. Check them out online for a huge selection of lures. Wellman's Bait and Tackle in Oscoda, Michigan. Crooked Bend, quality food plot mixes. Drake Clothing Company, quality outdoor clothing. And Heavy Metal custom lures, awesome jigs, and a great selection of plastics.